Hello, and welcome. You are probably preparing for your cacao ceremony right now and getting ready to start. I'd already recorded the cacao, but realized that some of you may not have done smudge before. So I'm adding this little smudge video at the beginning here for you. And so it's nice to do a smudge to clear your space and clear your own energy. All of you who bought this, the cacao kit, have your smudge with your smudge prayer in there. I've got this little dish, which I've put sand in. It's not really little. I have smaller ones, but this is the one I happen to have in the studio, that has sand in it, because sometimes the smudge can get carried away, particularly the white sage, which each of you got in your kits. And I have a little candle. And I also have a seashell here. I happen to have some Palo Santo in there, which I often use. And so that can be nice just to make sure your fire doesn't get away on you. So when you're smudging, there's not really a wrong way to do it, but you want to just get it started. And you can already, hopefully you can see, it's already smoking. If it was flaming, I would want to blow that out. And just be careful that you're not doing this over a box of Kleenex or something that could easily light. And you might take your smudge and set it in your little bowl so that you can use both hands. I forgot to grab my feather. If you have a feather that's special to you, a feather is really nice to use to fan the smoke. And you can take your smudge and just walk around the perimeter of your room, cleansing your space. If you're using the white sage, it's nice to have a window open so that the smoke can leave as well as the negative energy. And then just take both your hands, and as though you're bathing yourself in the smoke, cleansing the crown of the head, the third eye, so that you may have clear thinking and be open to your wisdom, the throat chakra, so that your words may be kind today, and to your heart chakra, so that you might find compassion, and to your solar plexus, that you may use your power wisely, and to the low belly, your creative powers, and be rooted to the earth in gratitude to the earth. And I also always like to cleanse my hands as well, so that your hands may do good things today. And not everybody does this, but I cleanse my feet too, so that my feet may take me where I need to be. And I think what I said is probably similar to what you have in your smudge prayer, but you have that there for when you want to smudge. And then if you need to, if you have sand in your bowl, as I do, you can just tap it into the sand, especially if it's really going and you can't get it to go out. And I know it's been so dry the last few months that the smudge bundles are quite dry. And so that's pretty much out. And make sure again that you don't, in case it is still going a little bit, so that you're not leaving it somewhere where it could catch something on fire, which is really great to have the sand around it. So now that you've smudged, we're ready to move on to the actual cacao. So you can go ahead and get your cacao ready now if you haven't already. And we'll see you in the next segment. Hello and welcome to your cacao ceremony this evening, or perhaps daytime. You might be doing this on the full moon, or maybe even a new moon, or on the winter solstice, which are both very auspicious times to be practicing. But either way, if you don't have your area where you're going to be for our meditation journey, I'm in a nice big comfy chair. You might make yourself a little nest like you would for yoga nidra, with blankets and cushions on the floor on your yoga mat. So get all that prepared, and also have your cacao prepared, and hopefully you didn't drink it yet. So if you need to do any of that, hit pause. And then when you're all ready, have those things ready, come back and join us with your cup. So I did a little reading. You can just hold your cup and feel the warmth. I did some oracle card pulls, and the first one I pulled was Goose, an inner knowing. And I found this really interesting. It says, "You are a brave traveler. Your soul knows the way. Be confident and you will achieve your destination. Loyal friends are always with you. Don't worry. You are blessed. Let yourself fly." So I found this interesting because I felt like it related to the journey that we're going to be going on, where we're flying somewhere else in our mind. And to allow yourself to go wherever you go. And that we might not all be practicing in a circle in person, but those outer realms don't know time and linear space. And so even though we might be practicing at different times in different geographic places, energetically we are still all connected as friends on this journey. So that was really interesting. And then I drew from my other deck and got, message in a bottle. And this was also very interesting because part of our guided meditation journey, you're going to be receiving a message. So let's bring your cup into your hands. I've got a little background music playing. Normally I would play my drum for some very earthy grounding, but it doesn't translate well through my microphone, so I decided not to do it. But hopefully the background music is not distracting for you. So hands holding your cup, bring your cup to touch your heart and feel the warmth here as you breathe in deep. And we honor the heart as our compass for our guidance. And then bring the cup to the head as we bow within, bowing to that voice that whispers wisdom, even when we are confused or lost. And then bring your cup down to touch the earth, the floor, whatever earth plane is beneath you. And we honor the earth and give gratitude to the earth for producing this plant as an opportunity to connect with the ancestral medicine as plant allies that facilitates in bringing the heart and the mind together. And now bring the cup up and smell, inhale that beautiful fragrance of the cacao, the richness. And give gratitude to all the hands that took part in bringing this ceremonial cacao to us here, right now. Smell and sip and savor. Savoring the flavors, the sweetness, the bitterness, all the flavors that are in the cacao. And knowing right now that you belong right here, right now, in this space, in this ceremony. Take a moment to tune into Mother Cacao, who is always accepting, always forgiving. Tune into a sense of openness and trust of whatever shows up. Whatever intuitive memory comes up, whatever intelligence wants to show itself, simply relax. And continue to sip and savor, eyes closed, tuning in. As you continue to sip and savor, I'm going to read you a quote from an unknown of belonging and connection. To this world you belong. to this place and this moment where you already stand. You belong. Something greater has ushered you here to be here now. From the ancestors and the long line before you, your story has been woven. You already belong. Continue sipping and savoring. Eyes closed, tuning in. Feeling the warmth of the cacao move through your body, filling the heart center. Being filled with that connection to the ancestral medicine. To Mother Cacao, who is our plant ally. To help us connect the heart and the mind in harmony. And if you are getting to the end of your cup, as you sip and savor, you can begin to move into your meditation position, whether settling back in your chair or making your way down onto your mat, and taking a few moments to just settle, to find comfort as we prepare for this next stage of our cacao journey. Now, as you are settled, feel yourself on the earth. However you may be positioned, either lying or seated. Notice the alignment of your bones and the heaviness of your bones on this earth element. Feel also the softness of your body. If you are seated, feel your crown elevate to the sky. And if you are laying down, bring your awareness to the openness of your front body that faces up to the sky, or whatever part of your body is facing sky. Tune into a sense of openness and trust of whatever shows up. Whatever vision, whatever intelligence, whatever memory, simply relax into it without judgment. Feeling into your gratitude and feeling into the medicine that connects the heart and the mind. Take a moment to unite yourself with the force of love, which is the Mother Cacao. Allow us to peek behind the veil of our humanity, behind the veil of our own identity that is adorned with our personality. In your mind's eye, begin to develop a scene. a jungle scene, this vibrant green, all shades of vibrant green. Feel the humid air on your skin, and you see hummingbirds shimmering, flitting here and there with their shimmering feathers, colorful. Hibiscus and fragrant frangipani flowers. As you move through this vibrant scene, you notice before you a grove of cacao trees. Some of the pods are orange and yellow. Some have flowers, and some are ripening. You stop, you pause, and you gaze forward, noticing the color of the sky behind the trees. Feel yourself immersed in this scene with all your senses. You gaze back at the trees and you feel drawn to move forward toward the grove of cacao. The trees greet you. Some bearing fruit, some in bloom. And as you gaze at the trees, you realize they are gazing at you. Perhaps you tell them an intention you have for your life. Notice how old you are here. Are you a child? A wise elder? Perhaps a maiden or a mother or a crone or a son or a father or a grandfather. You share some of your challenges with the trees. They simply take it in. You ask Cacao how she can help you with these challenges. At that moment, you see a beautiful blue butterfly swoop out from behind the trees. Then you see a woman step out into view. She smiles lovingly at you. She moves toward you as if floating gracefully. You feel enraptured. She seems familiar, yet you can't place her. Her clothes are colorful and seem to be spun with gold. You can feel the magic in every thread. She nods in greeting to you. You look into her gentle eyes for a few moments, receiving abundant, unconditional love. Your heart expands. Your breath is steady, and your mind is clear. Just when you are about to open your mouth and ask her why she is here, she hands you an object. You hold it and gaze at it. You notice its size, how heavy or how light it is, what colors it emanates. Is this object from a lineage, or perhaps from a world unknown? You look to her for direction, and she looks at you with a smile. And at that time, you receive a message. It is an ancient, old story of strength and truth forgotten, perhaps from your ancestors or deities far away. Behind this woman, the golden glow of your ancestors can be seen. And you hear softly on the wind, "We choose you. We choose you." The item before you starts to make sense now. This item represents a deep wisdom. You are grateful and in awe. You thank this portal for opening. As the ancestors begin to fade away, and the woman disappears. You decide whether to take this item with you, placing it somewhere on your body, or to leave it, planting it at the grove of the trees in gratitude. Bowing in grace, you begin to make your way out of the grove, past the hibiscus and the frangipani, past the flitting hummingbirds. You start to make your way back to your body, here. Before you open your eyes, notice your body. Notice your breath. And start to notice the effects of the journey. The effects of centered, present awareness. Very slowly open your eyes. Begin to take in your space you are presently in. And then reach for your journal or some paper. And journal about the item you received, your message you received, or anything else that came up for you. Take about 3 minutes to let whatever flows flow from your pen, whatever comes up, whatever memory or intuitive message, just let it flow onto your paper. Take one more moment to let things flow. And keep your journal handy if you wish to continue writing. And I just want to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you who joined this journey, for participating with me and for being here present. And I hope that you got some great messages in the meditation journey we took, and that it was as easy as flying for a goose for you. Again, thank you so much. If you normally we would share some of our experiences if we were in person in circle. If you want to share anything via email with me, I would love to hear from you how it went, any questions you have. And I also wanted to say that journey was a journey that I experienced in a cacao ceremony with the company that I purchased my cacao from. And so that wasn't something I made up, just so you know, that was from them. And again, much gratitude. Thank you for joining. Thank you for getting your cacao kit. And have a wonderful full moon, solstice, new moon, whenever you're practicing. I hope it is a wonderful, auspicious day for you. Namaste.